we're going to start where the theory really begins, which is in 1969. Russ Gibb is a radio host. He's hosting his radio show. He's having a good time, probably playing the Beats. Someone calls him, a mysterious figure calls in, and he's like, put on the Beatles' White Album and play the beginning of Revolution 9 backwards. And Russ is just taken in by this news. He thinks, why would I do that? That's so odd, but I must do it. And when he does it, he hears the word, turn me on, dead man. Turn me on, dead man.
Turn me on, dead man.
Turn me on, dead man. That is how it goes. This is clue number one. That something is going on with the Beatles. Someone is clearly dead. And then, the second clue that was discovered or unearthed. In Strawberry Fields Forever, John at the end of it, John Lennon, big up, just says, I buried Paul. You don't even have to play it backwards. He just says it. I buried Paul. There is some speculation that he doesn't say that, but that speculation is wrong. He said, I buried Paul.
Doesn't he say, he said cranberry sauce, like he just shouted?
So here's why it's kind of suspicious, actually. No matter what you believe, I've seen reports that he said cranberry jam or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's also said that he did say, I buried Paul, as in, like, I buried him in terms of his guitar was too loud compared to Paul's guitar.
Okay.
But why would he change his story? A mystery. So, clue numero tres. I made a mistake there. This is the big bit of evidence for everyone. The cover of Abbey Road. Clearly, it is a funeral procession. There we go. I was going to say funeral procession. So I tell you for why. John Lennon, dressed in white. What does that mean?
What does it mean?
Well, it means he's a preacher. What do preachers wear? A full white outfit.
A suit. A white 70s suit with his long hair. Of course.
Ringo's just behind him. And guess what? He's dressed in all black. Which means that he's a goth. No, an undertaker. And then Paul is obviously a corpse, so he's just chilling. This one gets me the most. George Harrison is wearing double denim. It's an absolute look. He's in denim flared denim top. Absolute flair. But whoever wrote this theory slandered him by suggesting that the fact he wore a double denim, absolute iconic look was because he was a grave digger.
What?
Since when did grave diggers wear fashionable double denim? I've never seen such a thing. If grave diggers are wearing fashionable double denim, get them on the cover of Vogue now. Call up Vogue. Get the grave diggers on there.
Is it because, if it was like a funeral procession, surely the grave digger needs to dig the grave before the preacher gets there. Like, you can't have the grave digger.
Arguing that George Harrison should have been at the front of the line.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with you, but the Beatles just didn't want to give George Harrison time of day, so they made him stick to the back.
At the back.
It made no sense.
And don't people make a massive thing about Paul's the only one with bare feet?
We'll get onto that. Don't
okay.
worry, my child.
I'm excited.
Paul, barefooted. And obviously, if you're being buried and you're a corpse, why would you need shoes?
Where are you walking? Nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. If you're dead, where are you going? Maybe they took his shoes because they thought if we take his shoes, he can't come and haunt us. So, also, this is another massive bit of evidence. He's holding a cigarette in his right hand, but the real Paul was left-handed. It's not like if he held the cigarette in his left hand, sure, it wouldn't have been caught on camera because you wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah.
But that is clear evidence that this is an imposter and not the Paul that we know. And the final bit of evidence from this one cover And probably the most compelling bit of evidence is the Volkswagen in the back. On the number plate, it says 28 if.
Mm-hmm.
And that means if Paul had lived, he would have been 28 because he was 27 when he died. What?
Oh my
Can you
god.
believe it? He's definitely dead from that bit of evidence alone.